Good morning. I'm Sergeant Kevin Juzza of the Training Unit, and I'd like to ask you to please silence your cell phones. On behalf of Chief Alan Ollenberg and the Manchester Police Department, I would like to welcome you all to today's ceremony. I will now ask that we all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated.
What's going on?
Now allow me to introduce the command staff and dignitaries who are present today. Mayor Joyce Craig, Chief of Police Alan Ollenberg, Assistant Chief of Police Peter Marr, Captain Sean Layton, Commander of the Administrative Division, Captain Matthew La Rochelle, Commander of the Community Affairs Division, and Captain Ken Louie, Commander of the Legal Professional Standards Division. I'd also like to recognize Mayor-elect Jay Rouet, who's in attendance, Sheriff of the Police Commissioner John Cronin, and also in attendance Alderman Pat Long. Thank you. I will now invite the Honorable Mayor Joyce Craig to the podium to say a few words.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you to celebrate the great work of the Manchester Police Department. I want to extend my congratulations to the 8 new officers who are being sworn in today. The City of Manchester welcomes you and thanks you for your support of our community. I'd also like to take a minute to recognize and welcome your families. You've played a critical role in these new officers' lives, supporting and encouraging them. Our community thanks you. We're also here to recognize 2 officers with life-saving medals. Medals for those who've utilized their training and expertise to save lives. Here with us, we have 2 shining examples of what it means to be a Manchester police officer. And I'd like to take a moment to recognize Officer Diaz and Officer Stone as we honor them with life-saving medals. Our police officers routinely encounter individuals who are struggling, maybe even having the worst day of their lives, and they make a difference in those lives by caring and acting to improve the situation. I applaud our police department for the work that they do 24/7, serving, protecting, and caring for our residents and visitors. And always, being willing to put their lives on the line for the greater good of protecting our community and enforcing the law. And if you'll indulge me for a moment, since this is likely the last time that I'll be speaking before you as mayor, I'd like to share a few things. As a fourth-generation resident of this city, as an alderman, and as mayor, I've always appreciated and respected the men and women of the Manchester Police Department. I understand your job has changed over time, and we're asking more of you. And that's why, as mayor, I've increased the complement of officers to the largest it's ever been, adding 33 new police officers and ensuring that you have the training and tools necessary to be supported. I recognize that retirements and difficulty attracting officers has been an issue to reach our full complement. And that's why I initiated a citywide compensation study and have advocated at the state level for retirement benefits that are due to our officers. And together, we've implemented many firsts: body-worn cameras, community health workers to address check condition calls for service, a gun violence reduction strategy, and more. And it's working. We've decreased violent crime by 38% and overall crime by 12%. And in the first year of our gun violence reduction strategies implementation, crimes with guns are down over 50%. And we've stood side by side advocating at the state level for much needed changes to fix our bail reform system. I'm grateful for Chief Aldenberg, Assistant Chief Marr, Lieutenant Barter, and all of you for being willing to implement these evidence-based programs. Public safety has been my top priority, keeping our residents, our visitors, and all of you safe. It's been an honor partnering with you as we deliver on our shared mission to do just that. So I want to thank you for making our community a better place. It's been my honor to work alongside with you. To the new officers here today and to all of the Manchester Police Department, your community thanks you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll now invite Chief Oldenburg to step to the podium to offer a few words.
Good morning. Let me start with thanking the mayor. Gave me this job a little over 3 years ago. Probably some days she's like, "Ugh, what did he say?" But thank you, Mayor. I will tell you, politics aside, the mayor has never played politics with the Manchester Police Department. I think it's important to say that. The times that we live in are sometimes strange, but the mayor and the board, Alderman Long, have always been supportive of this police department. I tell people all the time, they've never said no to me. So that goes a long way with the men and women in the back. So, Mayor, thank you for your service to the city of Manchester over the many, many years. And we know you're not going anywhere, so we wish you well. So with that, guests, families, fellow officers, and our newest recruits, today marks a pivotal moment as we gather to witness the swearing in of our new officers. With each oath taken, we solidify a commitment to uphold justice, protect our community, and serve with unwavering dedication. To our new officers, you are not just joining a force, you are becoming part of a tradition, a legacy of service that extends beyond the badge. Today, as you take the solemn pledge, remember that integrity, honor, and accountability must be the pillars upon which you build your career. In this challenging yet rewarding profession, you will encounter situations that test your resolve. But I have full confidence that your training, your character, and the values you hold will guide you through. As guardians of peace, you are entrusted with the safety and well-being of our community. Carry this responsibility with pride, knowing that your actions echo the principles of justice. To the families and friends that are with us today, your support is invaluable. Behind every officer, there's a network of encouragement and understanding. Thank you for standing with these individuals as they embark on this honorable journey. Policing is not a mere occupation. It's a calling that demands a unique mindset, the warrior and guardian mentality. As warriors, you're the embodiment of strength, courage, and preparedness. You'll undergo rigorous training to face the challenges that come your way. You stand firm in the face of adversity. and to protect our community with unwavering resolve. The warrior within you must be disciplined, skilled, and ready to confront the complexities of our dynamic world. Yet as warriors, you're also guardians. Your duty goes beyond enforcement. It extends to the very fabric of our society. You are entrusted with the safety and well-being of our community. There is no bigger responsibility. The guardian mentality calls for empathy, compassion, and a commitment to building trust. In every interaction, you have the power to reassure, to listen, and to make a positive impact. The balance between warrior and guardian is where the true strength of policing lies. Know when to be resolute in enforcing the law, and equally when to be compassionate and understanding. Your role is not just about maintaining order, it's about fostering a sense of security and unity within our community. So embrace this dual nature of your profession with honor. Your commitment to both warrior and guardian mentalities makes you not just the officers, but pillars of strength of our community. May your careers be marked by courage, compassion, and commitment to excellence. Your presence strengthens our force, and I have no doubt that you will contribute to the proud legacy of this department. So I congratulate you, and may your service be both impactful and fulfilling. Stay true to your oath that you are about to take, and may you find pride and purpose in every step of the journey. To our award recipients, you are not just recipients of accolades. You are the shining example of what it means to go above and beyond the call of duty. Your commitment to excellence, your unwavering professionalism, and your tireless efforts in the service to our community are truly commendable. May this recognition fuel your continued commitment to excellence, and may serve as a source of pride for your colleagues and your families in the community that you are sworn to protect. So congratulations to you. Your achievements make our department stronger, and your service makes our community safer. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. We will now recognize the following officers who will be receiving the Life Saving Medal. Officer Stone, please step to the front. On July 26, 2023, dispatch received a 911 call from an employee at Wendy's on 2nd Street, reporting that a male subject may have hung himself in the nearby woods and was turning blue. Officer Aaron Stone, an 11-year veteran of the department, was one of the first officers dispatched to the area. He arrived in the area less than 4 minutes after the call was received. While Officer Stone was unable to locate the caller for any further details, he began searching the large wooded area behind the business by himself, as other officers were still responding. After searching deep into the woods through thick vegetation for several minutes, he began to hear someone yelling in the woods and ran toward the voice, eventually locating several tents and a distraught female. That female pointed to a male subject who was hanging in a nearby tree with a small rope wrapped around his neck, unconscious and appeared lifeless. Officer Stone ran to the male and immediately utilized his knife to cut the rope away from the tree. Once the male was on the ground, Officer Stone carefully cut the remaining rope away without injuring the male any further. Officer Stone then provided an exact location for responding medical personnel, dragged the male to an open area, and then immediately began CPR until medical personnel arrived on scene and took over those life-saving measures. Together, they performed these life-saving measures until they were able to locate a pulse, and the male began breathing on his own again. It is estimated that the male was hanging in the tree for 10 to 15 minutes before Officer Stone located him and was able to cut him down. The medical supervisor on scene confirmed that Officer Stone's prompt actions and application of life-saving measures played a critical role in saving the male's life. Based on the information, Officer Stone is awarded the Life-Saving Medal for an act performed in the line of duty that through prompt, alert, and selfless action resulted in saving a life. Thank you. Excellent work. Officer Diaz, please step to the front. 31st, 2023, officers were dispatched to the area of 300 Elm Street for reported stabbing. Upon arrival, officers learned that the victim had left prior to their arrival in a vehicle. Officer Diaz, knowing the potential severity of the incident, conducted a search of the area when he located the vehicle along with the victim. Upon locating the vehicle, Officer Diaz observed that the passenger was bleeding excessively from his neck. Officer Diaz quickly removed the victim from the vehicle and to the pavements, and then began a rapid assessment of his injuries. In doing so, Officer Diaz observed a deep stab wound to the neck, which he promptly packed with combat gauze in order to control the bleeding. Once the wound was packed, Officer Diaz continued to assess the victim, noticing a second stab wound to the chest. Officer Diaz again promptly treated the injury by applying a chest seal, and then continually reassessed the victim, providing life-saving interventions as necessary until medical personnel arrived on scene. The EMS coordinator at the LA hospital later confirmed that Officer Diaz's actions made a significant impact on the preservation of life. Had Officer Diaz not acted in such a swift manner and without hesitation, the mortality in this incident would have greatly increased. Based on the actions taken that day, Officer Diaz is awarded a life-saving medal for an act performed in the line of duty and through prompt, alert, and selfless actions resulted in saving a life. Thank you. Thank you. Excellent work. We would now like to recognize the following individuals who are receiving their badges and being sworn in as new police officers for the City of Manchester. Please come to the podium when your name is called. David Bedway. David Bedway is 23 years old and was born in Manchester, New Hampshire, and is the third of 5 siblings. David graduated from the Pinkerton Academy in Derry in 2018 and currently lives in Auburn, New Hampshire. David is an avid outdoorsman who enjoys fishing and hiking. David previously worked for Enterprise Rent-A-Car before applying to the Manchester Police Departments. He will now join a unique group of only a few who have or has had a sibling as a co-worker in the Manchester Police Departments. David will now be pinned by his brother and fellow Manchester Police Officer, Joseph Bedway.
Couldn't get rid of that mustache for this, huh?
Sue-Min Crossley. Sue-Min is 31 years old and was born in Santa Rosa, California. He has a younger sister named Melania. At a young age, he and his family moved to the United Kingdom, where they grew up. He graduated from Glenthorne High School and Performing Arts College. He later attended and graduated from Wimbledon College of Arts and Design, and later the University of West London in 2015. Sue-Min is currently a resident of Manchester and lives with his wife, Ivana. Sue-Min has been training in the art of jiu-jitsu and currently holds a blue belt. Prior to being hired by the Manchester Police Department, Sue-Min had worked at FedEx. Today, Sue-Min will now be pinned by his wife, Ivana. Taylor Goodwin. Taylor Goodwin is 33 years old and was born in Providence, Rhode Island, and has an older sister named Tiffany. Taylor attended and graduated from Wilton Lindenborough Cooperative High School in 2008 and is currently a resident of Merrimack, New Hampshire. After high school, Taylor enlisted in the New Hampshire Army National Guard and deployed to Afghanistan with Charlie Company, 3rd of the 172nd Mountain Infantry. Due to his actions, he was awarded the Army Commendation Medal with Valor. He graduated from New Hampshire Full-Time Police Academy in 2017 and worked with the Milford, New Hampshire Police Department for 6 years before applying to the Manchester Police Department. Today, Taylor will be pinned by his child, Jack. Yeah, buddy. Madeline Maloney. Madeline Maloney is 26 years old and was born in Manchester, New Hampshire, and is the eldest of 4 siblings. Madeline graduated from Pinkerton Academy in 2015 and is currently a resident of Derry, New Hampshire, where she resides with her 2 daughters, Rose and Stella. She has been employed at Manchester Police Department as a police dispatcher since 2019. Today, Madeline will be pinned by her father and retired Manchester Police Officer Steve Maloney, with the same badge number he held for 20 years.
TV practices.
Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott is 34 years old and was born in Lowell, Massachusetts. He is the eldest of 5. Sean graduated from Alvin High School in Hudson, New Hampshire in 2007 and is currently a resident of Nashua, New Hampshire, where he lives with his wife Natasha and his 2 sons, Aiden and Wesley. Sean previously worked as an EMT for American Medical Response, where he has trained several employees as a field training officer. Today, Sean will be pinned by his wife, Natasha. Jessica Ostrowski. Jessica is 24 years old and was born in Brazil. She moved to Massachusetts when she was just 6 months old and has a brother who is currently a corrections officer with the Essex County Sheriff's Department. Jessica graduated from Peabody's Veteran Memorial High School in 2017 and is currently a resident of Lynn, Massachusetts. She is a 2021 graduate of Utica College with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice. And she's also currently enrolled in a master's program at Salem State University. Also in 2021, Jessica enlisted in the Massachusetts Army National Guard, where she's still an active member. Today, Jessica will be pinned by her fiance, who's an active Massachusetts State Trooper, Pepper Trainer. Andrew Perusta. Andrew is 26 years old and was born in Laconia, New Hampshire, and is one of 3 boys in his family. Andrew attended and graduated from Molten Borough Academy in 2016 and is currently a resident of Manchester, New Hampshire. After high school, Andrew attended St. Joseph's College in Standish, Maine. Graduated in 2020 with a bachelor's degree in business and sports management. Andrew previously held a territory manager position with United Construction and Forestry. Today, Andrew will be pinned by his mother, Harry Perusa. was born in Ashland, New Hampshire. He is the oldest of three in his family, with a younger brother named Cohen and a younger sister named Meredith. Braden graduated from Nashua High School North in 2018 and from Norwich University in 2022. The military college, yes, sir. Received a bachelor's degree in computer science and information assurance. He enjoys spending time at Lake Winnipesaukee and is currently an intelligence officer in Vermont Army National Guard. Today, Braden will be pinned by his parents, Donna and Rusty Smith. Chief Oldenburg will now administer the oath of office.
All right, here's your first task. Center yourselves on the podium. Thought it'd be good. You solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially solemnly swear that you will faithfully and impartially enforce and uphold the Constitution of the United States and the laws of the state of New Hampshire and the ordinances of the city of Manchester. That you will not act officiously or commit personal feeling, prejudice, political beliefs, aspirations, animosity, and friendship to influence your decisions. They recognize the value of your office as a citizen of public faith. That you accept that the public trust will be held as long as you are true to the ethics of the police service. That will perform all duties incumbent upon you as police officers for the city of Manchester, so help you God.
I do.
One more time.
I do.
Congratulations.
Thank you. In closing, I'd like to extend congratulations to our awardees, new officers, and their families. Finally, thank you all for attending today's award ceremony. Your support is, of course, very much appreciated. You're welcome to and encouraged to come forward and take pictures from the MP backdrop. Please stay as long as you like. This concludes the ceremony. Thank you.
Yeah.